So I want to interact with you guys, all right? I already know this stuff. I keep learning more about it every day, but I just want to share with you guys, how this stuff works and how I'm able to make money online and how I do this. I just want to show you what I've learned how to do. I've been able to make more than 7 figures doing this, and it's been very consistent since I started doing it. It's had ups and downs, but for the most part, it has provided a very, very awesome life and lifestyle. So I just want to share it with you guys. If it's not for you, then hey, that's okay too. But for those of you that want to start an internet business, and you guys want to have digital products and a paid subscription community, I think you guys are going to find what we're going to talk about here to be pretty powerful. Okay? So again, I'm going to show you how I attract people. I'm going to show you how I convert the people that I attract, and then how to actually, make money and what I do with people after they buy. And this way you can do this, okay? I'm showing you this so that you can actually do this. In the chat, let me know if this is something that you guys are actually excited about learning, okay? Put an X down in the chat if this is something that you're very excited about, or that you've thought about, or that you want to do, like you're interested in this. Because if you're not, let me know, because I don't want to waste anybody's time, certainly not my own. Okay, so we've got a couple people. Maria, the Sporty Brain Coach, awesome, very good. And you said you guys found the email that I sent you, is that right? Yeah, shared, okay, very cool. Thank you for sharing, Maria. I really appreciate that. How many, let me know, put an E down in the chat if you guys got here because of that email. Okay, Tom, what's up, Tom? We had a discussion yesterday. How's it going? I want you guys to really interact down in the comments. It'll make this so much more powerful if you do, because I don't know what you guys are having trouble with. Hey, Tom, I don't know, what you guys do or don't know. And until I know that, I can't. Hey, what's up, Bajan? Really happy about what you're doing, Bajan. That was a great, great thing to see this morning. I did not. I just found you. Okay. All right, Maria. And you're sharing. I just love it. Thank you very much. So you guys do want to learn about this, like how the power, just like the subscription model, right? People paying you month after month. Just imagine real quick. This is the thing that got me, okay? Just imagine real quick that, you had 1,000 people paying you. We're just going to I'm just pretend numbers, okay? You had 1,000 people paying you $50 a month, right? How many of you, when I say that is interesting to you? Let me know in the chat. Put a 1K in the chat if you think like that, okay? You guys like this little astronaut that I drew on the board here with dry erase? That's just a red marker. I did this a while ago. I did that 3 years ago. Okay, it works. Yes. Awesome. 100% yes, it works. I got one $5 sale today, and my first $39 affiliate commission from Skool is ready. Boom. That's another part of the model here. Yes. That's pretty impressive. Thanks, man. Yeah. I don't know. We were playing ping pong one night, and I wasn't playing, and somebody handed me the marker, and I think I was drinking some scotch that night. And sometimes, I don't drink all the time, but I'm not scared of having a drink either. Shoot me, But I got into the zone. I like space and stuff like that. This is another thing that we created. Got a lot of art. Art helps me. I'm a creator. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Cool. That's pretty impressive. Well, I'm not here to brag about my stupid drawing. Okay, listen. I want to show you guys this model. I'm going to show you the machine. And, if I had to start all over from scratch, if I didn't have a list, if I didn't have a single follower on social media, if I didn't have anything except for my phone, frankly, didn't even have money, okay? I'll share with you what I would do. All right. Wow. I'm going to have me some scotch. Yeah. Well, hopefully it helps you like it helps me sometimes. Okay. I'm just kidding. So this subscription model, I used to do really high ticket sales, right? That was kind of my introduction to selling digital products and things like that, just because that was the thing. Yeah, it was like, you want to make a bunch of money quick and you want to do it online, just sell a high ticket product, because if you just sell one a month, this is good, right? And I started out at like $1,900. It was $1997. Okay, so $2,000. And then people were just buying that like it was like too easy to buy, it seemed like. Okay. Now, let me share with you. I had to run Facebook ads and Instagram ads and YouTube ads, and I had to drive them to a funnel. It was a 4-page funnel, and people would opt in to watch a free training, and then in that training at the end, I would tell them, hey, if you want to get my program, then I will, have to see if you qualify. And then they had to go down below and they had to click a button, and it took them to a Calendly form where they would schedule an appointment with me, and then they had to fill out a survey. It was like just 5 questions that helped me filter out if they were somebody that was qualified to even get on the phone with or Zoom. And then Calendly was connected to my Google Calendar. And then I would just have them go to my Google Calendar, and I would get on Zoom or on WhatsApp or call, whichever, because I had people all over the world. And then I had it was like a 30-minute phone script that I used, or, the word script always has a weird connotation to it, but it was, a system I went through on the phone, and I would sign up 6 out of 10 people. Okay. This was in a small niche, which I don't know how necessarily small it is. I know there's a lot of people in it, but it was brick and mortar martial arts schools, and they didn't know how to do online marketing, and they didn't know how to create digital training of what they do in person. So I showed them how to do that. Okay. And it got up to a place where it was $9,800. And then, I got hundreds and hundreds of customers. I don't know, I think like 600 or 700 customers at that rate. So that's when I really was like, okay, this is cool. But COVID hit, and then they got shut down, and I had to pivot because I did the thing where I built my lifestyle up, which don't do that in the beginning if you can. It'll just say you'll just have more power longer. So anyway, I had to do something, and I didn't really want to do the get on the phone all the time type thing. So what I would do is I would think of ways to not have to run ads, because you kept getting, my account would get shut down for something I didn't even do. It's just the nature of that beast. And then, it was like all of a sudden this cookie thing started changing where, you didn't have the retargeting ability like you used to, because that's a big thing. Not that stuff doesn't work. It still works. And, anytime you've got something working really well, if you put money behind it, it's just going to work more, right? But that's the key, is finding something that works really well first, right? So anyhow, listen, I went in and I said to myself, I don't want to have to do... Are you guys with me on this? Am I just blabbing over here? I see some hearts flying, but are you guys digging this so far? Is this helping? Okay, so then I was like, well, I don't want to have to do ads, and I don't want to have to get on calls, but I still want to have, a revenue where I'm doing, $50,000 to $100,000 per month, because that's pretty much what I had gotten the other business up to, which was phenomenal. Okay, I'm from a really small town. I graduated with like 26 kids in my class. Okay, the road up to the front of my high school was sand. I didn't go to college. I just knew what I felt the entrepreneur bug in high school. And I just knew that was kind of the path for me. So anyhow, all I'm trying to tell you is, Anyone can do this if you just get the right system in place and you're consistent and you're excited and you just really care about helping people. Okay. So anyhow, I restricted myself down and I said, no ads, organic content only. Okay. And, none of this getting on the phone, doing 7 to 10, 30 to 45 minute calls. Right. Now that's okay because there was some times, I'd make 30, 40,000 in a single day. Right. It's very exciting, when that happens. Let me tell you. Okay. Cause you're like, holy crap. Like the first time that happened for me, I was like, it literally, I don't know. I just, sometimes you have these really spiked days where it's like you get a lot of action and you don't, and I just had a bunch of good people scheduled that day and it was like $9,800 and we got 4 people, and I was like, and then I was, obviously really, pumped about it. Yeah. But then, as I got through those moments and like realized, okay, this is cool and everything. And then, I learned how to build a product and I rebuilt my martial arts product like 6 times, maybe even more if you count all the little things. But I learned something really powerful and it made me really, and it was scary the whole time. Like I didn't know, I was like, all this is new, it felt almost like really weird because I had never made money like that before. I never had done that. And I'm not here to like talk about it like that. I'm just, these things are real and it works. So anyway, after COVID happened, like in 2021, I started like really focusing on, man, it would be awesome if I had 1,000 or 2,000 people paying, $97 a month. I think $97 is good. It's like the cost of an energy drink each day, right? Like every day people spend $3 to $5 on some kind of snack and a drink, right? So I thought, well, I could always buy 2 energy drinks and 2 snacks each day and I'd still be just fine. And I can remember teaching, like I was always like, man, I want to help people that, because if I would have known about this paid subscription model and like digital products and things like that right out of high school, I would be like 6 years ahead where I am now. And yeah, whatever, that's cool and whatever. But, there's a lot of struggle during that time that I could have avoided. Yeah. And then the other thing is it's just such a cool industry, right? So, one thing that really inspires me to get on here and do things like I'm doing right now is people that are maybe where I was, say, 10 years ago, right? And so I just try to help my past self, and it's a very interesting thing. Most of people that I talk to, they don't know what their message is. And if you don't have your message figured out, well, you're not going to sell anything really. You'll sell some things, but you're not going to have a consistent like brand, and your products will be kind of weird until you figure out, what your actual message is to people. Okay. And the easiest way to figure out your message is just help yourself in the past. So anyway, I created this thing and I was like, I'm just going to show people that are coming up, and people that are in it too. I can only show you how to get to where I'm at, right? But, so it's important that I keep going so that we can all keep going for whoever's with me. But the benefits of having a monthly recurring revenue is really amazing. Number one, it gives you security because not everybody quits at once. That's really cool. So if you have 1,000 people paying you, $50 to $100 a month, it's like an apartment complex. Not everybody moves out at once. So that's a huge benefit, right? And that's the first thing I'm talking about here on this list. Okay, is it's security. Number one. Number two, it's really healthy for you because you have to show up each day for those people. And so you have to take care of yourself. You have to learn and experience and do. And that's important for you. It keeps you good. How are we doing down here? Do you guys even care about this? Am I just talking into the wind? Let me know. Because I can definitely go do some other stuff if you guys aren't digging this, or we can talk about something different. Okay, let me know down below if you guys are digging this or not. If not, I get it. We can talk about something else. Just listening. Okay, cool. So anyway, it's good for you that way. The other thing is people actually get results. So, in a lot of digital products, they don't, if you've ever had one, sometimes it's like, you didn't get that thing you really wanted out of it. Now, I'm not saying anything about somebody's product or whatever, but when you are creating something like a paid subscription model, and I'm going to show you exactly what I use, the tools and everything, and I'll get to it. I'm just about done. It's just sometimes this stuff needs a little setup, right? Because most people, you hear them and you can tell if somebody's real or not. You know what I mean? And so anyhow, and I love this, right? Like I'm out in my little man cave thing. Look at this. This is another part of the cool thing about it. I've got my phone plugged into this, it is a portable power station, but you talk about a power station, you can plug a refrigerator into this thing. I needed it for camping because I like the idea of this online business model thing because I can do it from anywhere. And a matter of fact, I have everything that you're sitting on right now. I have you sitting on 3 kayaks. And I have an old bench that's flipped over, and I've got my phone thing clipped to it. So really high tech, stuff here. Anyhow, it's really, people get results when they join your program because you have to help them. You have to or they're out. They're like, it's like, I'm paying for this. It's not doing it, So that's a cool thing. And then the other thing is you have multiple streams of income, which I'm going to talk about. So you have the monthly recurring. Then you can create one-off products like I'm talking about here. You can create these one-off products. They're maybe an hour long or so. And you can charge, anywhere from $1 all the way up to, I don't know. It gets a little bit difficult after, say, $600. Then you're debating, do I jump on a phone call? Do I create some massive, crazy sales process? And really, you want to think about, well, if I just have 1,000 true fans and they all have a friend, that's a couple thousand people, maybe more. And if they're paying me anywhere from $150 for a one-off product, let's say, or they're paying me $97 a month, I mean, you can get through life okay if you have a couple thousand people paying you $50 to $100 a month, okay? I think you can, anyway. I know I've been able to live just fine like that. So that's some of the benefits of the monthly recurring revenue. And you can invest back into your stuff. It's monthly recurring revenue. It's like online real estate. And it's all value driven and results driven. So this is cool. The next thing is how do you create valuable content that actually keeps people subscribed and engaged, right? So that's the next thing that, it's how do you do that, right? How do you create valuable content that keeps subscribers engaged, right? Jumping the gun, but if creating a product set from scratch, would you set up a lower entry product? If creating a product set from scratch, would you set up a lower entry product first? Okay. Yeah, so here's how I looked at the subscription model when I seen it. I was like, I'm just going to create my core product, which if somebody joins Build Lab, I have a product called Build Lab where I help, internet creators start, grow, and monetize an internet business that sells digital products and paid subscription communities. Okay. I get on twice a week on Monday and Thursday for a couple hours live on Zoom where you can talk to me face to face on Zoom, share your screen. I record everything. So you get live mentoring, you get a 24/7 support community, and then I'm always adding what I'm learning in the back. And it's like my ultimate thing. But then I take some of the things that I created in that and I pull them out and make little one-off products I'm going to charge $147 for them. Okay. And maybe I'll have a couple that are $47 and maybe I'll have one that's, $97. I don't know, but they're going to be affordable. They're going to be like buying a nice pair of shoes or something, or a pair of running shoes or something, okay? So anyhow, when I created the subscription model, I just thought, well, I'll just create a really powerful product and I'll stick it in there. And the real value of that community will be not just me, but the other members inside the community. And I'll have a running archive of questions and things that people want to know. And I was like, I'm just going to charge $97 a month for it. Okay? And I thought back to myself when I was broke and trying to figure everything out. Would I pay $97 a month somewhere to learn how to make $50,000 to $100,000 a month online, selling digital products and paid subscription communities? And it was like a resounding, like, that would be duh, right? So that's what I did. I just set it up, and now I'm going to go create some one-off products. And it's cool because what you have there is something where, like right now I'm running a special. So my birthday is in September on the 20th. So September 20th, I'm going to turn 38, right? So I said, well, you know, every year I want to do something on my birthday. It's just a reason to give people some cool discounts and get excited about something, you know. And so I thought I'd give them the gift instead of me. And, you know, I was like, well, I'll let people join with lifetime access to Build Lab for $597 one time. Because normally I charge $97 a month or $597 per year. Well, if you go sign up for the per year right now, then I'm just going to go in and shut off your subscription and you have lifetime access. So I have 3 new products coming. I'm getting ready to rebuild Build Lab. So it's going to be fun, right? But this is what you can do. These are the things that you can do, and I share everything I'm doing with you. But you can create a small product first. You can create a small, let's say, 47 to, or you know, I'll just use easy, $50 to like $150 product. You could get really good at that and selling that. And after they buy it, you could upsell them maybe for X amount, you know, let's say, I don't know, $9 or let's say $10 to, you know, say $20, $30 a month as a recurring, and you could let them into your program on a monthly. Now, the tool that I use for my subscription program, it's called Skool. It's SKOOL.com. And it gives you a live community for your people. It has a classroom where you can stick all your training material and other products and everything. It's really cool. And then it also has a payments subscription thing hooked up to it, and they integrate with Stripe. And it's just really simple. And it's got a calendar built into it. So because I let people register for my Zooms. It's free once you're a member. And we get on and go live, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to speak to my mentor. I wanted to speak to a coach and be like, what the hell am I doing wrong here, right? And so that's something that I think is very important there. So how do you keep people engaged and create content that keeps subscribers engaged? You just create long form content, and you create short form content for them, and you solve problems. Like think of your products, yeah, and you can build in public, and think of your products as like a tool. Okay, so let's find something here. Okay, like this, right? Like this is a tool for a creator. Okay, so this is like a $500 guitar or something like that. I don't know, 3 or 5. I don't know. Okay, it's just a Fender. You guys can look it up. It's kind of dusty. But anyway, this is a tool. Now there are other tools like this. There are other guitars that are more expensive than this. There are other guitars that are better than this one. And there's guitars that are not as good as this one. But all of them you can tune and you can play, right? So like, oh God. Man, I haven't done this. Okay. So anyway, that's the point. Is if you think of it like, all right, if I was going to go back and help my previous self get to where I am right now, what would I do? How would I help that person? Well, I promise you one thing. You wouldn't want to have it take longer. You wouldn't want it to be more complex. You would want it to be simple, fast, and easy, right? So the shorter you can get, the shorter the product is, right? And the faster you can get them to the result, and the easier you can get them there, the more valuable you are, right? Would you rather go to a dentist that takes longer and hurts more? Or would you pay more to have it done faster and more painless? So that's how I think about that, right? And when you create content, it's really simple. You can go live like this. I could say everything that I'm saying right now, and I could just record it on I could turn my phone sideways. Right now it's vertical, but I could turn it sideways and I could cover these 3 points, right? I could put this up on the board and I could, like I do in some of my videos, and I could talk about it. That's one way to help people understand it. Because we have to know that people are going through, they're going through these, it has to happen this way. This is something I didn't pay attention to early enough. But there is this customer journey, right? And people have to become aware of you. And then once they become aware of you, they're not sold yet, right? It's like they still need to find out, is this guy, is this girl, is she really? And so they need to see you show up more, and they need to see you be, consistently help them. And then through that, they go from realizing that, oh man, this person I think can help me solve my problem. And then they start hanging out with you, followers, subscribers to your email. And then they'll decide, okay, this person actually can help me. I like their style. And, this is good. And then pretty soon you start deciding, okay, where am I going to spend my money? And it's like A versus B, because there's other people that do what I do. There's other people that can help you. And some of them are better than me for sure. And some of them aren't as good as me for sure. But that's neither here nor there. And I tell you that because I used to worry about that. But then I realized it's not about that. It's about, can this person help me, yes or no? Okay? That's it. All right, just like a dentist, you don't only go to the absolute best dentist in the world. You go to the one that's the most convenient and affordable and that gets the job done. Right? Okay. Now, as that doctor continues to practice, I'm sure he'll get better, and to his degree of efforts and ambitions and enthusiasm, he might become one of the best. But they make pretty good money on their journey there, if they ever get there, right? Okay, so strategies. I want to talk about strategies for marketing and growing a subscriber-based business. Okay, you guys down with this? Before I go into this, we've been on here for about 30 minutes. How many of you have a question so far? Like, before I get into this last part, because I want to go over this machine with you. I want to walk you through how we attract people, how we convert people, and then what we do with them over here. Okay? Who's got some questions for me? Surely we have a question of some sort. Anybody have a question? Can you post that chart? What's up, Alan? Yeah, for sure. I'll put it in the group. Yeah. Alan's a member. That's awesome. Bajan's on here. He's a member. Bajan's getting ready to launch his email program. Pretty excited about that, Bajan. So any other questions? Yeah, I'll post this in the chart for sure. If you want it real quick right now, screenshot this. Did you screenshot it? Let me know so I can put it down. I'd like to know how to make a subscriber system. Okay, hell yeah. We're going to talk about that for sure. This next part's going to be a lot more fun because we're going to get into the tactics down here. Did you screenshot this? Let me know. Put something down below. Well, I assume you did. Okay, can evergreen launches be as successful as live webinar type launches? Over the long term, it would be interesting. But in the short term, anything that's live is typically gonna do different things in a more powerful way. Because whenever somebody can interact with you, it changes everything. But there's a place for both. You just do both. I'm going live right now. I enjoy this though. I found that the best way to help people is to get in there and bump shoulders with them and ask them questions. Some people are like, well, what does the market want? Go ask them. What do you guys want? It's like when you're inviting people over to the house, you're like, oh, I don't know what to cook. Well, why don't you send out an email to everybody that's coming, say, hey, what do you guys want me to cook? And then, whatever feedback you get, the majority, you take that and that's what you make, and most of the people there are happy, right? Okay, do you do one video and repurpose with videoing the same thing multiple times? Yeah, so I'm going to talk about that, how I do the marketing and how I've systemized it, because one thing that I do is I ask myself, what does my perfect day look like? How much of the day do I want to spend making money and doing business, and what part of the other day do I want to do me and have my life and things like that? This was a very helpful clarity to have. And at some point when you get some more money, you realize how much money you actually don't need to have a life that is like awesome. Okay. Not that I'm against making a lot of money or anything. I'm just letting you know that the thing doesn't, you don't have to make as much as you think you do to have the lifestyle you think you want or something, right? Like if you have 50 grand after taxes and everything's said and done each month, you can eat what you want, drive what you want, wear what you want, go where you want. Anything above that's just like, well, But okay, I don't know. I'd like to, let's see, or no, not I don't know. It says, I'd like to know how to make a subscriber system. Okay, cool. Well, you guys can I always have training too over at makeonce.com. Okay, if you go here, there's a link up in the description. I've got a free newsletter. I put out a weekly tip every Saturday on how to do digital product business and paid subscription business. So if you're not there, hope you do that. Okay, so let's get to it here. So one of the questions was, can you post a chart? Did that. Evergreen launches be successful as live webinar launches? You do both. Again, okay? You do both. Right? And you create a system and a pattern and you show up consistently. Okay, it's like feeding the cows. You can lay a bunch of bales out there for them to mow on themselves, but you can also go in there and like feed them, and you do both. The next thing was, do you do one video and repurpose without videoing the same thing multiple times? Here's what I do, and I'm glad you asked that. What I do is I create a long piece of content. Frankly, I could take this and download it afterwards and maybe use bits and pieces of this. But you want to create this is what I do. I'm going to share with you what I do. I'm not going to be this guy that tells you what to do. I kind of will without telling you, but I'm just going to share with you what I'm doing that makes money. Is I like to create a long form piece of content. So maybe like a 5 to 20 minute piece of content, whether it's written or I like to do video. It's just easy for me to do this versus the other, but I like both, right? So I'll create a long form piece of content, and that's going to be like the topic for the week. But after the first month, and you've got 4 long pieces of content. So every Saturday I release a newsletter where I take one topic and I basically synthesize it down and give you the gold in 4 to 5 minutes or something. That piece of content, then whatever I create to create that piece of content, so like something like this, right? So later on today, I could go create short form content from this. I could draw it on my board. I could take a picture of this, stick it on my computer, and then do like a screen capture, and I can talk about it that way. Because people like that, right? And I could just talk about one little aspect of it. Maybe that's less than a minute long. So I think about it as like these little breadcrumbs that lead up to the loaf. So it's like little short form videos that you pulled out of the long form so that they're completely related. Then as I do the little short form, I link all of it. Hey, if you want the rest of this story or the big part of this or the whole training, go to this. That sends them to my website where they get on my newsletter, or they see my product, or they join my free community, or they get on my free email courses, or they check out my blueprints, whatever, right? I have a bunch of very, attractive, helpful things over there that they would want. This is how I get them onto my list, and this is how I get them into my world. And I don't focus on like subscribers or followers or anything. The only thing that I do pay attention to in terms of like number racking is I want to grow my email list. That thing can never be big enough. And so my goal is to get people off of the platforms here, like, so this thing, like off of all the different social medias. I try to post on as many of them as I can, okay? And I try to get them off of there into my email list so that when I do want to talk to them, I can just email them instead of having to hope that they see my content out there the next time they're on it. But I'm posting as much as I can because I would rather post all day from anywhere in the world at the pace I want to versus going and having a job, being told what to do, how much I can make, what I got to do, that kind of stuff. So the thought of like how much work it takes or how long it takes, I care less because I can do this around my family. I can do this around my friends. It's a part of me. It's my lifestyle. What Mike does is he does weird shit throughout the day that helps people grow an internet business, and he talks about it a lot. But then after say 2 or 3 o'clock, he goes and does whatever the hell he wants, and has fun and whatever, right? And I can do it from wherever I'm at too, which is very helpful, very nice. It's those little freedoms you can't. There's no money amount that means more than that. So anyhow, let's see. When I do the marketing part, I just think of how can I turn one thing into 1,000 things, and how can I take one thing and say it 1,000 different ways? Because this whole process in business, it comes down to some very simple components. You have an attraction phase, which is always happening. All these phases are always happening, what I'm about to say. But you're always doing things that cause attraction. And then you have a system that's automated, and that's doing the conversion. And that's a combination of your funnel, newsletter, free courses, the blueprints, your website, email follow-up and automation. These things are what do the conversion. But those things, like I have people join my programs and buy my stuff just at all times throughout the day. There's different things happening in the background that the system is handling, which is what I really enjoy about this, right? It's what drew me to this, and then the compounding evergreen effect of creating content and it just living out there essentially for as long as the social medias are around. And this stuff, if you have a system in place, is constantly just pulling in people from the 8 billion plus that are out there. And you get money because you're helping people solve a problem that they want to solve, right? So my goal each day is how can I build a list of people that have the problem that I can solve? And that list is an email list. So how can I build a list? How can I build an email list of people that have the problem that I can solve? And then how can I sell them my solution that will help them get what they ultimately want? Right? So that's That's what I focus on. And we've got these tools like digital products and paid subscription communities where we can do that, okay? And I'm gonna get into my tools real quick and daily actions, okay? So I'm keeping an eye on the time here for you. Is this helpful? Are you guys liking this? Would you like me to do more of this? Yes, okay. Fitness mindset coach, she says clap, clap. The sporty brain coach is saying yes. Bajan, yes. Cool. Are you guys learning anything? Are you learning stuff? Like, is anybody having like, where you're like, yeah, I like this. Are you guys feeling that? Like you see the possibility here for yourself? More clarity I'm getting, okay? Okay. What's the thing that I'm eating lunch, taking a break from building my products? I love that, okay? So I gotta do lunch thing here pretty soon too. So let me ask you this. Before I get into the rest here, what are some of the biggest struggles that you guys have or challenges that you have in building an internet creator business where you are going to sell digital products and paid subscription community or communities or program? What's the biggest? Because what I want to do is I don't want to just put up some random content that maybe is helpful to me but not you or whatever, which that's going to happen regardless, but like I would like to really create stuff where you guys, where you watch it and you go, damn, that was good. Like, yes, I can move forward. I can make some money. I can build my dream and do this thing. Like, what are some of those things? I guess one of the things was it's too late to start now. Okay. Yeah. All right, good. So I want to write this down if you don't mind. And if you go over to makeonce.com, and if you go there on the website, right when you get there, you can subscribe for my free newsletter where I'll send you one tip each week, every Saturday, a quick tip. But as soon as you get that first email when you opt in, okay, you can email me, you can reply to that, and you can say, hey, Mike, here's my problem. And then I'll reply back to you. Typically, I do a Loom video, so I give you an actual, the hell's going on over here? Some big machine moving. Okay, so sorry if that's interrupting you. But you can reply to that email, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, day in the life of a beginner. Excellent. But I'm seeing that now it's even easier. Good. Hell yeah. Okay, in the life of a beginner, let me write some of these down. I don't want to fail you guys here. Okay? All right. So one is in the life of a beginner. Here, I won't do it on there so it's not so bouncy. In the life of a beginner. Okay. What else we got? What else was there? There was another one I seen. It's too late to start. Okay, it's too late to start. What's funny is you already know that it's not. These are just little things we like to talk to ourselves about, that it's how comfort zone digs its teeth into you. Like for me, I came out here, I didn't plan on doing this, by the way. Okay, I came here, and what I did was I was thinking of a long form piece of content this morning, and I came to my little shed man cave thing here because I can just, I don't know, it takes me out of my element. I can think different, and I was like, you know what, why don't I just go live and talk about this, and I'll email my list. And I did everything from my phone, my cell phone, and I just did it. And this could have bombed. It doesn't show that there's a lot of people on here. Some people get discouraged by that, but I don't care about that. if there's one person on here that is getting more inspired or that sees the vision of what can happen here, and they get excited and find that vibration in their life that makes them want to jump out of bed and like do stuff, then damn it, that's all I care about, right? Because I don't know. I can't even explain how cool it is. Okay, so I tried to make lead magnets in Canva, but it was much harder than everyone makes it seem. Your email brought me to your live. Oh, email works. This is how email works. Fitness mindset coach, I probably wouldn't be talking to you right now if it weren't for email. Okay, analyze my content and find improvements to make. Okay, Kevin, we can do that. That's why I have Build Lab. You can, every week, every Monday and Thursday, you can share your screen and I'll break it down for you. I would love to do that and help you do that. That's why I do those calls like that. Hi, Mike. I love your information. I'm Lynn, your vibe raiser from Michelle's group. Oh, what's up, Lynn? How's it going? Thank you. That was an amazing time. I had so much fun with that. I can't even tell you. We did a live call in Michelle's her growth community, and it's amazing over there. It's like going and hanging out at the coolest place. You guys inspired the crap out of me. That was so much fun. So that training, by the way, the replay is on my website. If you go to makeonce.com and click on newsletter, it's there on the page. Great, you are so amazing. Huge thank you. Well, I appreciate you saying that. You are amazing too, because if you weren't amazing, then you wouldn't have told me I'm amazing and we wouldn't have this amazing thing happening. No, I love it. I really do. That was for ideas. Oh, okay. How I can analyze my content to improvement. I walked the dog or the dog walked me. You know, you just move a few things around and it means something different. Okay, cool. How I can analyze my content to improve. So how to improve content. All right, well, we're going to talk about that here in just a second. All right, I just wanted to get some feedback and I wanted to engage with you guys because that's better than not doing that. And I'm here to learn how to be better for you. Okay, going to drop off as tea time in UK and kids going nuts. Thanks so much. We'll be in touch. All right, good luck. Take care of them kids and have a good time in the UK. That's cool. Awesome. I'm excited to help out. Okay, the replay of Michelle's group was so helpful. You break everything down simply, like I can do it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Excellent. All right, so the lead magnet. Listen, let me talk to you about this lead magnet because it's important. Here's how you can do lead magnets very easy. You guys want me to show you how to do the easiest lead magnet that actually works to get you leads and actually sells your program? This is one of my favorite topics that I talk about, okay? Because you gotta have leads. Lynn says yes. Okay. Heck yeah. Okay, so what we've been going over here is this right here, all right? And so this right here, this phase right here is the attraction phase, okay? And then there's like this imaginary line here that they cross when they come off of the platform out there in social media. And then there's these 4 steps, and this is the conversion process. I'll just put a little C here. And then you've got your delivery process, okay? So there's only these 3 phases that you have to worry about when building a business like this, okay? And what's even cooler is there's only 2 things that you ultimately have to worry about as a big 30,000 foot down look at things. And that is build a list of people that have the problem you can solve and then sell the people on the list the solution. Okay? It's as simple as that. And you're going to use digital operations to do that. So videos and things like that. All right, time for me to get back to creating. All right, Bajan, easy lead magnet. Here we go. So Bajan is one of our members of Build Lab. He is awesome. and he's getting ready to launch his email course. So proud of him. Okay, so the lead magnet. Here's what I do. I'm going to give you 3 different lead magnet ideas, okay? Lead magnet idea number 1. This is probably my absolute favorite one, okay? Just take what it is that you do to solve somebody's problem, okay? So let me just draw this for you real quick. Okay. Let's say the problem that you solve, all right? So you're gonna get somebody, you need to be very clear on what it is that you do for people. It's usually just one word. So if I picked my one word, what I do for people, I help them make money. So what do you do? Are you helping them make money, get healthier, or be better relationship? Like, okay? So the way I help people make money is through the internet business and digital products and paid subscription communities. Okay? So here's what you do. Everybody that you're going to help has a current situation, and they also have a desired situation. The way you create something that people actually want is just like this. We get paid when we help people over this little gap here, okay? So this is how we get money, and it's by helping people over this gap, okay? I call it the gap. They want to get from here over to here. No matter what it is, how to run, how to jump, how to make money, how to whistle, how to fish, how to whatever, okay? There are steps in place that have to be taken to get there. You guys agree with me on this? You follow me so far? Let me know, okay? You guys follow me so far? Osu Gym Martial Arts. What's up, man? Sorry I'm cutting out. Hopefully I can download this, but I'll go over this again. Okay, so check it out. What you do for a lead magnet is simply this. You're going to take maybe these, well, frankly, you could just take, let's say, 1 or 2 of these steps, but let's just say you took these first 3 steps, okay? You took those and you just create a simple Loom video, okay? That's what you do. And you help them figure out how to do these first steps. And by doing that, here's what happens. So the lead magnet is a simple video. That's it. How do you make the video, Mike? What is this Loom thing? Well, Loom is a screen capture software that you can use on your phone or computer. And what I would do if I was you, this is what I do, is, and this is just lead magnet style number 1, is you make some slides. I just like using the rule of 3. Maybe you make 3 slides and each of them have 3 points, okay? And each slide represents each one of these steps up here, okay? So 1 step, 2 step, 3 step out of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps, okay? So you're gonna help them figure out how to do these 3 steps out of the 8 that they have to complete to get from where they are in their current situation to where they want to be in their desired situation, okay? So what you do is for free, you help them, you create this Loom video, and you tell them, listen, if you're trying to learn how to, kayak, I want to share with you, if you give me your email, and on the next page, what I'm going to do, there's 8 core steps that you need to know and understand to be a good kayaker. What I want to do is I want to give you the first 3 steps here so that you're ready for the next steps, and that I can save you so much time, energy, and, just some of you are out there thinking, man, what, how do I even start? And so you go down here and maybe in this, 10 to 20 minute video where you're going to put these slides on the screen and you're going to record your screen as you talk, okay? You're going to help them with this and you're going to help them. You're going to solve these 3 first steps. And they're going to go, man, she was amazing. That was I bet, you know what? She's so good that I'll bet you the fact that she did this for free, this is for free. I can't imagine what her paid stuff is like. I bet she goes crazy. If you help people before you help them, it puts you in a very good place. Do you guys agree with that? Okay. Like, how does it feel right now that I'm sharing this with you? Because I go deep on this stuff in my Build Lab program, right? This is great, but how do you email a big video? I love it. Okay. So there are some more questions. I got to write that down. How do you email a big video? Okay. How do you email a big video? Okay. Now you see what question you just asked? That could be a TikTok. That could be an email. That could be a topic on a live. That could be a long form video. That could be a newsletter. That could be an email course that somebody could get for free. Because if I help you and show you, which I'm going to show you right now, if I help you figure out how to do that, how to email a big video, what are you going to think? God, that guy's a prick. No, you're going to be like, wow, this is great. Okay, here's how you do it. When you record the video on Loom, all right? Okay, so you record that video on Loom. The moment you get done, or any video, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to get a link to this video. Okay? You see where I'm going with this? And then when they do this, okay? So when they come, you're out here on social media talking about stuff. Hey guys, you want to know how to do how to email a video? Yeah, come over here. They come over here to step 1. I better cap my marker or it won't work. They come to step 1. They opt in with their email. They go onto your email list. And this email, automatically gets sent out. This email has this link in it. But wait. I just put the video on the next page. And this button here goes to the order form. Because I tell them, hey, if you liked that, guess what? There's a whole lot more where that came from. And I have this program. It's very affordable. It's the cost of a cup of coffee each day. It's called Build Lab. And I'll show you step by step, click by click, give you my templates, and get on live each and every week for a couple hours, twice a week to help you. So that you can get this done very quickly in the least amount of pain. You do the same thing. So what you do is you can put it on this page and link to this page, as well as you can send them the link. You can screenshot the video after you get done. Just screenshot it, take a picture with your phone, stick it in the email, upload the picture, and link the picture to the video or to the page where the video is. You could also just create a video on your phone and upload it to YouTube and mark it as unlisted, or don't unlist it. Maybe it'll be good just being out there. Okay? Problem solved, right? So that's what you do. And then when somebody buys your program, then you just take all of your videos and you put them in Skool. Okay? Or you could go to system.io and they have a place where you can store or stage your videos, and now you have a course. Now you have a digital product. Okay? And they can pay you, and then you give them the link to set up their profile, and they can log in and access the training. Okay? Okay. So this is one style of lead magnet. Now I want you to keep this in mind here as we talk about the rest of the lead magnets, because they play off of the same principle of I'm going to give you a little bit now to prove to you that I'm worth your time, and to prove to you that I care about helping you, and to prove to you that I can actually help you. It's like a test drive. Oh, the car works. Yeah, turn left, turn right, floor it, hit the brakes. Seats are comfy, aren't they? Listen to that radio. Okay. Oh, and if you buy it today, listen, we're going to give you a ham sandwich, tank of gas, and $1,000 back. So those are some things that you can do to get people to move. Okay. You don't always have to do that, but it's good to do that every once in a while, right? You guys digging this? You guys like it? I know I'm kind of animated. I get excited. Better to be excited. Okay, so that was helpful, right? So that's the first lead magnet. Simply go on social media. Like I could say to you guys right now, hey, if you're just jumping onto this TikTok live, go to makeonce.com, and I've got a free video over there, and it shows you how you can actually email videos and send out videos to people, a big video through email and email automation. It's completely free. You just give me your email, and on the next page, it's a 12-minute video. It breaks everything down, and I give you a free template. So anybody that's interested in that would obviously be my ideal customer. And so this is good. And then if they opted in for that, now I have them on my email list, so that if I want to go live the next day, I can just email my list and say, hey guys, I'm going live if you want to join me. And then they can learn more about you and decide if you're worth it. Okay. Is this helping? All right. We're going to be wrapping it up here soon because this guy needs to eat some food. And I've been on here for an hour and 7 minutes, and I have loved every minute of it. Thank you. Appreciate you guys so much. So the next lead magnet is the free email course. So this one is really simple. You basically, and of course there's all kinds of tools we can use like ChatGPT and different things like that to help us move quicker and more efficiently. But it's the same type of thing. You take, and really you want to try to have a lot of different things that people can slip into your email list because of, right? So you have the free training. That's always a good one. You have the newsletter where you send out one tip every pick a day. And then you also have these free 5-day email courses where when somebody opts in, there's 5 emails pre-designed, pre-built, automatically set to go out one day after another for 5 days. And in those emails, in 500 to 1,000 words, you're going to give them the answer that they opted in to get. So I could do, which I'm going to. I'm going to be doing an email course on how to create lead magnets. So that in 5 days, I'm going to show you how to do these 3 lead magnets. And I'm going to show you, you'll be able to do it for sure. But if I solve that problem for you, that one problem, now all of a sudden you go, yeah, now I know how to attract people and get them on my email list. But how do I create and sell my product to them? That's these other steps. Well, all you have to do is join Build Lab. It's $97 a month. You can cancel anytime, and you get access to everything, including me twice a week, live Monday and Thursday on Zoom. And I'll help you. So that's how that works. By the end of that 5th day, after you've really delivered and you've helped them solve that particular problem, that piece of the puzzle, then all of a sudden, you have then earned, through reciprocity, you have now earned not only the respect, hopefully, the attention, but you've also now earned the right to ask them for something, okay? And they don't have to take it, right? And so obviously this is very good because now you have provided goodwill, you've helped human beings for the sake of just doing that, and you've maybe earned a new customer. And if it's good, then that customer getting the result would then tell another one, and you just keep doing this for years, and it builds up to be quite substantial, and you end up being able to do things you've never imagined. So now this is the other thing, okay? When you do the email, keep it simple. Always remember something. If you were to go back and teach that to your past self, you wouldn't want it to be long and filled with fluff and blah, blah. You would say, would you just tell me? Can I just, what is it? That's how you do that, right? Absolutely. Very interested in your lifetime Build Lab membership. Very cool. If you go to makeonce.com, okay, wherever it is, if you go there, listen carefully. There's some instructions here that may seem... So you go to makeonce.com, you click on Build Lab at the top, and then you purchase the $597 per year membership. And the moment you do that, I will go in and I will shut off the recurring yearly subscription, and you'll have lifetime access to me, to the next 3 products that I'm bringing out. I constantly rebuild Build Lab to make it better and faster and easier. And most importantly, you get access to an incredible community, and you get access to me live twice a week. Okay? So that's pretty cool. Okay. And I give you everything. I just transfer what I'm doing to live and make money and do things to you, right? Okay, true story. Oh, Sahil, brother, what is up, my man? Love Sahil. You guys follow that man? He's a very good man. That can be done now. Yes, sir. Or ma'am. It says user 008. So man or woman, I love you either way. Yes, you can do that right this minute. Okay, next. And please get on the live calls and pester me with your questions so that we can get you to your answer as quickly as humanly possible. Okay. All right. So here we go. Where the hell were we? Oh yeah, the subscription or the lead magnets. Okay. So what you do is you just take, okay? What you do is with a lead magnet, you don't have to be fancy. You don't want fancy, you want results. So let's not get lost in that, because it's easy to do, right? What you do is you do this. Think of your product, okay? Think of your product as like a Rubik's Cube, okay? So I want you to think of your product as a Rubik's Cube. And your lead magnets, when you go to do them, your lead magnets, I want you to think, so this is your entire solution right here, okay? Whatever it may be. How to sew a shirt, how to build a lawnmower, how to jump off a building, whatever it is, okay? Your lead magnet, what you're going to do is you're just going to take one of these chunks here of your product, and you're just going to give it to somebody. Kind of like they give you a car to test drive before you buy it. So you're just going to pluck that out and teach it here. Now, whether you use an email course, okay, or you use the video thing that we just talked about, or, here's my other favorite one, or the newsletter, okay? See, the newsletter is really neat because humans have a problem with being able to connect the dots on things that are complex. So when you do your newsletter, once you have your product, you can just take any of these chunks and you can turn that into the weekly newsletter. And then you can take your weekly newsletter and turn it into short form content. You can turn your weekly newsletter into long form content. You can turn your newsletters into a product that people can buy. Everything can become everything else, right? It's kind of like water or something. That's probably not a good example. But anyway, you can take any of these things and you can turn them into your newsletter. So it makes making content practically endless, because each one of these things then, okay, you can take and you can come at it from a million different angles. And one of those angles might just make sense to somebody that it didn't the day before. So you have endless content ideas, which is easy. And it all kind of feeds each other. Do you understand? Like it all kind of feeds the other one. Because you're pulling it out of the product. This is where I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this. And maybe they do. Okay, I could be just really unaware of it, which is probably the case. But you just take it out of the product And you can tell them, you guys, if you really liked this, okay, this is just one little piece of the pie. There's all these other pieces that you still have to get so that we can get you from here to here, okay? Now, the other one, so the newsletter, that's another one. So we've got so far free training video. People love them. Create a video. 5-day email course. Just create 5 emails, set it up in the automation, and when they opt in for it, they start dripping out one day after another. And on the 5th day, you ask them to buy your program. There's more to that one where you can, if they don't buy your program, then you can set up another campaign of emails. So a campaign is just a series of emails that are put together that make sense to each other, that go out to the person in a scheduled format. Okay? So you can set up another campaign. So they go through the 5 days. It waits a few days. If they don't purchase, they wouldn't have the tag on them in your automations that said that they purchased. So all the people that don't have the tag on them that says purchased, those people go into another campaign, and that campaign might be 15 or 30 days long, and maybe an email goes out every other day or every 2 days or every day, whatever. You test and play. But each email is kind of taking them through the customer journey from awareness to engagement to decision. And then again, at that point, it's going to continuously kind of drip on them or the idea of purchasing your solution so that they can get the help that they actually wanted in the first place. The other type of lead magnet that is really, really good is to create like a blueprint type thing where you think of it as like a little miniature kit, a little box that it's like a kit. Okay, like Sunday I'm leaving to go to Cozumel, Mexico for like 10 or 12 days. So excited about that. We're staying at the Peninsula on the 15th floor. It's the highest building in Cozumel, and literally this patio, you look out on it and it's just ocean. Oh, it's so sick. Anyway, they have snorkeling down below. Every morning I get up and I go snorkeling, hang out with these. It's like a whole new world down there. And I love it. They have their little patterns. I see these fish, they're every morning they're meeting at the same place and hanging out just like we do, Anyhow, I bought this snorkeling kit from Cressy. It was awesome. Like I could have bought, the snorkel separate and the mask separate and the fins separate. Now I didn't get everything that I wanted. There's still more to buy. That's like kind of how your stuff is. But it gave me a kit, and so I bought the kit. Okay, it was like $170 or something like that. Pretty cool, good stuff. You can create that same sort of thing where they can buy a kit from you, but it's free, right? So they can't buy it. Okay, so it's a free kit, and it has like, the things in it that they need to get maybe 90% of the way there. But here's the interesting thing about information. Think of like a combination lock, okay? And if you open this combination lock, inside is your dream, the thing you want. Let's say that there's 4 numbers that you have to line up to open the box that has your dream in it. And you knew it was in there because they showed you. You can give somebody the first 3 numbers and they'll pay for that 4th number. Okay, so when you create a kit, you can put, 1 video, 5, 3 videos, whatever, solve all 3 numbers or most of the way. And then at the end of that kit that they opted in for, I call it a blueprint, you sell them the final number. Does this make sense? Did this help you unlock how you do lead magnets? It has nothing to do with the looks of it or how they get it. I mean, we don't care. If you're dying from something, let's say you're dying from a terrible disease and you have 30 minutes to live, do you care how you get and let's say that there's this, pill that when you take it, in 3 seconds, your disease is gone and you're happily healthy. Do you care if that pill tastes like complete dog poop, or if the person that handed you or sold you the pill has a foot sewn to their head, or their face is all upside down and they are stinky and smelly? You don't. What you care about is getting what you want or need. Yeah? So don't worry about the aesthetics in the beginning. Once you know how to ride the bike, you can put on cooler shoes. You can paint the bike. You could put a stereo on it. You can put, you don't do that in the beginning, do you? When you're learning how to ride the bike, you're not trying to figure out how to mount your iPhone to it, and buying bike shoes and, a new seat and all this stuff, right? You're just trying to keep the damn bike stood up so you don't fall off, right? So it's the same thing here. It's kind of like when you're building a house. You don't put the pictures up and then build the walls. You build the walls and they're white or whatever, the drywall color is, or brick or whatever. Then once you're in the home and you've got it, then you can decorate. But the most important thing is having a roof over your head and a place to sleep and stuff like that. Don't get this thing, because it's tech, confused as something different than those simple things. Okay? Does that make sense? I'm going to get out of here in T-8 minutes. So I want to go ahead and take questions right now. I know we didn't get through everything, and I do apologize for that. Is there something you really wanted from me that I didn't give you, that I promised you? Anybody, please talk to me. It helps. I appreciate it. I love to talk to people and help them. If I don't get any questions, then we'll just we'll start shutting this thing down, right? Oda, what's up? If you're who I think you are, that guy's got amazing stuff. Okay, so Vernice Campos, fitness mindset. Anybody have any questions about anything? As far as how you create your products, here's what makes products really powerful in this arena that we play in, which is, digital products and paid subscription communities. Have a go at your own pace, pre-recorded, step-by-step video program with PDFs and templates, everything that they need to make life simple, and then add an element of recurring weekly live support, and then add community to it. Those 3 things make something extremely valuable that people will buy every time, as long as the problem that you're solving, there is a starving crowd of people that want to solve that problem. And in the health, wealth, and relationship space, that never goes away. So I will be long gone, dust, dead in the wind before people don't want to make money and stuff. Okay? So, or get healthy, or, live more clear in relationship, things like that. Okay, so any other questions before I leave? If you guys want this, I'll tell you what. If you guys want this here, this screenshot of this, well, you can just you can screenshot it, number 1. Okay, go ahead and screenshot that if you want. Or I will. I'm gonna do some more training over this stuff in short form content. I'm actually gonna put this on my computer and do some of my screen capture stuff for short form content, because I'm going to be posting some short form stuff today. And since this has been pretty good, I'll just use this as the topic and seed and resource of my content today. Okay? That's a little tip there as well. So any questions before I go? You guys are not talking to me here. Any questions? Did you guys like this? Was this helpful? Thanks. You're very welcome. Any other questions? Great stuff. Excellent. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hope this was helpful. Was it worth getting on here? Should I do this again? Yes, it is amazing. Awesome. It makes me happy. Ton of value. Very good. Yes, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for engaging with me. Have you guys noticed like what I do and I watch while I work on my course? Okay, cool. That's very awesome. Good for you for working on your course too. That's awesome. That's what you have to do. So you guys see what I'm doing. I mean, I'm doing marketing now. This is marketing. Marketing, I'll give you guys, I'll leave you with this and then I'll get out of here. Sometimes it helps to rename something or redefine it to help you understand and see it in a clear way. Instead of, from now on, for the rest of this how about just for the rest of this week, instead of calling it marketing, call it educating my perfect person on what it is that I do to solve their problem. So instead of marketing, you're going to say, hey, I'm going to jump on one of these platforms and I'm going to show people what it is that we do to help them solve their problem. Okay? So think of marketing like that this week and try that. The next thing is, instead of the word, selling or sell, think of, I'm going to help my perfect person make a decision to buy my solution. So you're just going to help them decide. How can you help somebody make that decision? What would you share with them or say to them? Sorry if that's loud. They're mowing or something out there. Never fails. And then the third thing is, just teach your past self. You don't have to be an expert. I don't even know really what that word means. But don't think of yourself as having to be this expert. Think of yourself as this person that is trying to help their past self. So you would think of like, how would I help me 3 or 4 or 10 years ago understand or see the vision or know this stuff? And if you communicate on the platforms, just imagine that you're talking to your past self. Like that person is just sitting across the table and you're just helping them through it, right? You're just showing them and helping them, okay? And one thing that Michelle always says that I just absolutely love, that she says, that's, for those of you that don't know, that is my girlfriend of 12 years, girlfriend. She always says, just make your mess your message. And I love that. It's like teach a man to fish, but instead of just, teaching them, also share with them the mess that came with it. Because that's how people avoid making the mess themselves. Okay? So, thank you. You're a good teacher. Well, I appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. I try really hard at this stuff. I really do. And I really appreciate that. And I hope that I am helping you. It sounds like that's the case. And also, the more specific that you get with who you're talking to, the more, it's like specific over general or specialized versus general. Brain surgeons make a lot more than just regular everyday surgeons. You'd agree with that? Maybe like a surgeon that removes warts or like sews up a cut finger. They probably make, 100,000, couple 100,000 a year. A brain surgeon, they have like a top of the building glass office. They get written up in documentaries and journals, and they make, $1 million plus. The difference is specificity. So the more specific you get, and I what brought this up was when I looked at Fitness Mindset Coach, when I looked at your profile, because I do that sometimes, I click on people. It says helping women over 40 get fit and level up their life. I absolutely love that because it's specific, and if you're a woman over 40 looking for those things, it speaks directly to you. So good job for you. If you can add a time element in there as to how long it takes to get the thing that you said you could get them, it'll make it even more valuable and more attractive. And if you can also share how that happens, it makes it even more clear. And when we can see clearly, we can do things. And when we can't see clear, it's like when it's foggy out, you drive slow and you're like, but when it's like super sunny and clear out, you're like, you got your music going. So, and another thing is if you don't know where you're going, it's really hard to get there. There's not a map or instructions to get to nowhere. So if you don't know how to get it done or do something, it's because you probably aren't clear on where you're going. And the easiest way to start out there that I found is to just define what your perfect day looks like, and week, and month, and 90 days, and year. Like, what do you really want it to look like? Me, I want to work from, let's say, 8 to 2 every day. And after that, I want to do whatever I want to do. So think about it like that. Maybe that could help, okay? Okay, so listen, I appreciate you so much. It's past the time, okay? I'm going to go eat some food. I'm going to create some short form content, and I'm going to build out the rest of this new content flywheel that I'm teaching and sharing with people inside of Build Lab. It's really awesome. And I don't just say that at random. It really is. It shows you how to basically create, remix, and repurpose content that actually sells your stuff, which is very important. So anyway, if you haven't gotten into Build Lab yet, you should. I'll love working with you in there. You can get my free stuff at makeonce.com. And I appreciate you guys very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you grow and don't let comfort zone get in your way.